What have been the secrets that you've seen? You've worked with amazing coaches, amazing players that are providing leadership on the court, not just off the court. Where does that come from? Where does that respect kind of germinate from?
Respect has to be given first. I mean, you have to have a respect for those on your team. You have to have a respect for the process, a respect for your organization, a respect for the game, if you will. So the respect has to generate from you as the leader first. And then on top of that, you'll start to build in things like trust. I mean, you need to earn the trust of every single person on your team, and you earn trust by giving trust and showing and having behaviors that show that you are trustworthy. And these things all provide the foundation to which your leadership and your influence and your impact will eventually be built upon. That foundation is vital. I mean, that was why I'm glad in the intro you mentioned the basics. You know, that's something I really embrace, are the basic fundamental principles, or the fundamentals, if you will, of what it takes to be successful in any area, especially that of leadership. And we all have to make sure that we're paying homage to the basics every single day. And I know in my own life, anytime I'm not performing at a level that I believe I'm capable of, it's usually because I've unconsciously started to drift away from the basics. I have to refocus that lens and get back to them. And that usually puts me back on the right path. Another one of my basics that I've really tried to lean into over these last few years, because I was admittedly awful at this very early in my life and probably all the way up through my late 30s, was learning how to detach from outcomes and focus more on the process. Not to say that goals and outcomes aren't important. They can be that North Star, if you will, but not allowing achievement to dictate my self-worth and my self-value. So basically learning to love the work for the sake of doing the work, and then any outcome or goal that you reach is simply a byproduct of that. And it's something you can celebrate, and you should celebrate, but not kind of putting all of my eggs in that basket. Learning to do the things on a daily basis, the habits and the behaviors, the way that you treat people, and then letting things just unfold. So, you know, I know you and I have had so many conversations. You've heard me talk about control the controllables, which I believe are attitude and effort. So the vast majority of my focus is in my own attitude and effort. And I'm getting better at, certainly haven't mastered it, letting everything else go. That if I can say, even with this interview right now, if I give my best effort and I have my best attitude, that's all I have control over. I don't have control over what you guys say or what you ask. I don't have control over what the people watching or listening think of me. So I have to learn how to let that go. Now, obviously, I want to do a great job for you, and I want to add value to their lives. That's the North Star, but I don't control that. So all I can control is my effort and attitude. And I'm starting to get to a point in my life where I'm finding peace with that. And there's some serenity in knowing I'm following the process, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm living my truth through the basics. And everything else is just going to happen the way it happens. And I'm okay with that. Now, with that said, as I said, not only am I not coming from a place of mastery, I am far from perfect. I am a flawed human being, and I will have lapses in judgment. I will make poor decisions. We all need to be able to give each other grace. We all need to be able to be lenient with each other and give people the benefit of the doubt. But that also starts with ourselves. You know, being self-critical and beating yourself up and packing on guilt and shame when you do something poorly isn't going to help. So another area where I'm trying to grow is when I make a mistake, which happens frequently, is acknowledge it, make an amends or apologize if it's warranted, learn from it, and then do my very best not to repeat it. And, you know, I think another fundamental truth of leadership is if you're going to expect it of others, you have to expect it of yourself.
The next play mentality.
Next play mentality.
Just next play mentality.
Next play mentality.
You have to have next play mentality.
Just having the next play mentality.
The next play mentality.
Having a next play mentality.